This was at outside of a club production. The address is on Franklin, on the corner of Franklin and Greenpoint, 113 Franklin Street. I talked to the owner. He's here tonight. I talked to the owner before the shoot. I have regular bar meetings, and I conveyed to the bar owners that, because I don't put uniform presence in bars. We just don't do it. And I do go in, when I say I, you'll see me at the, I'll take questions in a second. So what happens is, I go to the bars and I tell them that, I tell them about the unattended property, because that's the #1 location that people are intoxicated and they let their guard down, and that's when and it's mostly females, they lose their purse, or the gentleman throws his jacket up and loses as well. But club production, I talked to them, it's a fairly new bar, and I told them, this is a good community, and you have to blend into the community. And I'm supportive of any business, because I think businesses add to the community. I think that a successful business in any realm, whether it be a bar or a delicatessen, or a supermarket, or a plumber, or a real estate agency, a bank, anything that gives you an option to do something within your neighborhood and you don't have to drive a fair distance is good, as long as it's an asset to the community and not a negative. Now this bar has been somewhat of a negative based on the fact that I have gotten some calls from 311. Since the beginning of the year, we've had, I believe, 13 calls to 311 about noise from the location. Not about violence, about noise. And we've spoken to the owner, and he's, let me talk about noise. There's ways to get around noise. The bar can put in soundproofing, construction to make it less that you can hear it outside. So there's ways to get around it. Another thing is with the violence outside the bars. A bar is responsible for what goes on inside the bar, and then somewhat responsible for what goes on outside it. They have to notify the police because we won't know about the violence in the bar unless they call us a lot of times. So what happens this night is, and I'll give you the exact circumstances. We have this place, and it appears to be an altercation of some kind. The investigation is ongoing, but we ultimately have a female who is shot. And she ends up going to the hospital. She's treated. She's back home now. Thank God she's all right. She's fine. 16 shots were fired. We recovered 16 shell casings. Very dangerous. Something that I think concerns all of us, including me. Can the bar help? Yes, and it will. I talked to the owner. I talked to the owner. I talked to the owner, and let me tell you what transpired during this. He said this never going to happen again, and I told him that it can't happen, and I'm willing to work with anybody in the community, and he seemed agreeable to every suggestion that I made, and every suggestion that I made is at the best of the community. I don't want any violence here. I don't want any noise here. If I didn't think that that the bar could function in a safe way, and bars do function in safe ways, then I would, do the proper to get rid of it. And I made that perfectly clear that we would continue to monitor every bar, including his, and we are going to give special attention to that place. And I let him know that, and I let him know that there would be penalties that come with our special monitoring of that bar. But know this, he is sorry for what happened, and he's going to be working with the community, and he's going to do everything, and we're going to be watching to make sure he does everything, to make sure that he blends into this community without being hurt. Okay. I think I'm done with what I wanted to say. I'll start taking questions.
I own a building, okay, right on the corner, okay, right across the street from this street, okay?
Right.
All right, I am on the second floor, they shot into my tenant's bedroom window. Right. We have a 2-year-old little girl who didn't even out of the bathroom, okay? This is Pat Sweeney, she is the mother, she was staying in
Everybody hear him?
No.
Okay, I have pictures here, okay, of where the bullets entered the second floor window. Anybody's, you know, you can take a look at these. They went through my vestibule or front door, okay? The production lounge has done absolutely nothing for the sound coming out of this bar, okay? We're subjected to this until 4 o'clock every morning, 7 days a week when they're open. They have bragged to us in the neighborhood after they spent about $500,000 putting the place together, but they didn't put one dime into the sound crew, okay? You go into bars like Coco 66, they have like an apron on the inside, dead in the sound. When you open the front door, okay? A vestibule would help. I have gone and petitioned Joe, okay? And the guy's belligerent. He doesn't give a damn about anybody in the neighborhood. He believes that his liquor license, protects him, and he doesn't have to be considerate of anybody who lives there. Now, I know most of the people here, my neighbors, have to be up at work and in their offices at 9 a.m. And they have to, like, they can't be up all night. You know, I haven't had a sound sleep since this place opened. Okay? And I mean, it's ridiculous. And I have called the precinct over 14 times amongst all the other complaints, and the complaints that went to 311. So I'm telling you something. I mean, basically, the community's fed up. And this was a pinnacle the other night. And I'll tell you something, if somebody had gotten killed, like that little girl got up in the middle of the night, this bullet went 24 inches over this woman's head. And she's gotten up to go to the bathroom and sit up in bed. She would have been a casualty. Okay? And when does it end? I mean, this is gunfire, man. You know, this is not something that happens in Greenpoint. I've been running the Greenpoint LLC for 30 years now. Okay? And I provide housing, quality housing. Okay? Most of these people are my constituents here. Okay, and I'm going to tell you, this is tough. This part is not assimilated into the neighborhood whatsoever. Okay, and you know, they just chat. This man, he works for Deutsche Bank. He's an executive. How many nights have you been kept up? Because of the production lab. These guys don't care. All they are interested in selling the next drink, and that's about it.
I just want to add one thing, which is the larger thing, that I went over to Diplomatic, representing the neighborhood, and you know, at first, Showman Joe was somewhat diplomatic. Then I was told that Greenpoint was a mess before he came here, that he's cleaning the block up, that
more taxpayers,
and then he contributes more tax revenue than I coming from banker to the local government. And I'm saying, look,
You're going to listen to bankers now?
Excuse me.
Really?
And the only thing I'm saying is that I am totally pro-business. You know, people have a right to make a living, but you have to be involved here. And this guy has not put a dime into a vegetable or South Korea. He's over everything.
Yeah, for months. And you know something?
You also haven't put any money in the air conditioning.
And yeah, what happened? Yeah, that's a good thing. What happens in the
Summertime,
summer?
you have more
In the summertime, when there's no air conditioning, I think it's be around former art gallery, okay? And I know how hot that space gets. It's going to open the doors in the summer. I mean, are we really going to get blasted? I mean, you know, I'm in the rental business. Let's say I lose these tenants. How do I re-rent this apartment when I have a venue outside and making noise like this? And you know, I pay my share of taxes, and I'll tell you, I pay more taxes than most people.
Let me just